How may I help you, Miss Mitchell? How may I help you? How may I help you? How may I help you, Miss Mitchell? How can I provide my services early this morning?
Remember the days when we never had a dime, and our dreams seemed a million miles away. But we met, baby, facing the bad times with a smile. Here we are, and we're growing stronger day by day. 'Cause we got love, times love. It's always there for us to share. And girl, it sure feels good to have you by my side. 'Cause we're the two hearts that beat as one forever. With the
Love times love.
to keep us satisfied every night. So my lady,
Hey.
whisper the words I love to hear. Cuddle up and I'll make you feel alright. 'Cause I need you, baby, to carry me on through all the years. So come on, baby, close the door and dim the lights. 'Cause we
Got love times love.
It's always there for us to share. And girl, it sure feels good to have you by my side. 'Cause we're the two hearts that beat as one forever.
Love times love.
To keep us satisfied. And there ain't no one in this world tonight can change my point of view. So come on, girl, and hold me tight the way you always do. With love times began you.
That's what I usually do when the camera's not on in the morning. I play records. I always play that song in the morning. I love that song. Get the day going. I was like, let me play my shit real quick. I'm about to go push around. Chop this sample up. I'm about to go skating, and I'll be back. I'm gonna chop this up real quick before I go. Give me something to think about. Go ahead, hit that like button. Go hit that like button. 15 people? Come on. Are you kidding me? Jiminy Crickets. Shout out to everybody. I'm trying to figure this out. How I'm gonna approach it. That's fire too. I gotta catch that. This is the original version of 93 Till Infinity. I'm trying to see what I can do with it. But they got it from Billy Coham, 1977. Nothing like the OG. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is about to be something. I'm about to go in a minute though. My phone about to be dead already. I just want to smoke something, chop something real quick before I go push around. Shout out to Ganja Leslie. This is something. This is something right here. This is something. This is something. I told you these last 8 beats I'm about to make. These last 8 are about to be some. It's about to be some shit. It's about to be some shit. Man, I might have to resample that. I'm gonna be live later on today. I'm gonna be live later on today. I just need to go exercise real quick and do a couple of things, and I'll be live later on today. Excuse me. I'll be on here and there during the week. I'll be on here and there during the week. I'm excited about this one. I'm excited about this track I'm about to do. I'm so excited. I'm willing to have I might have dialogue about the sample. Just about that sample. I just bought this album yesterday. And I been knew who did the the original sample was. I've been known it was Billy Coham. And I always told myself I want to fuck with this shit. With the beats. I'll catch you then. I need to study. I need my study session with your beats in the background. Absolutely. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'll be right here. I'm gonna try to make a few beats today. I just need to go push around for a minute so the balance will be even. I just need to go push around for a second. Yeah. But I'm about to mess with this thing today. Heavy. Heavy. I'm about to resample it. I'm gonna resample this to make sure I capture it right. I wanna make sure this one is dialed in. Even the way I capture the sample. Have a great morning, Ganja Leslie. Have a great morning. I appreciate you. No doubt. Yeah. Yeah. This shit this shit got so much potential. Even the way it sounds, that fucked up crackle. I might just leave it the way it is because I kind of like how this shit sounds. Shout out to you, Racing. Good morning to you. Yeah. Good morning to you, sir. Yeah, it's hieroglyphics. That's why if I'm even gonna touch this, I gotta come with it. That's a fact. If I'm even gonna touch this, that's why I said I gotta have dialogue. I gotta think about this one right here. What's my approach with this? I could do it. I know I can. I'm gonna do it my way. But but if I'm gonna touch a classic like this, I can't fuck around. Because if I fuck around, I'm gonna find out. Shout out to Miss White Wolf. Good morning to you. Fresco. What's going on, man? What's going on with you? Nah, dude. Gotta be ready. Cause this is a certified classic. This is a big classic. Big. So I mean, man, no way. If I'm gonna take this on, I gotta just put that. I gotta stamp it. I got a good idea though. I got a good idea. Oh no, nah, nah. I got an idea. I know how this thing is about to go down. Shout out to Miss White Wolf. Shout out to Miss Mitchell. Yeah, I know how this is about to happen. I need this on my project. I need this chop, this sample. I need this. I need this one right here. Boom 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 boom. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boom, boom. Put those hard ass drums at the bottom of that bitch. Put them hard ass drums at the bottom. Don't go light. See, Hieroglyphics, that's a good song, but they went light with the drumming. But it's very boom bap. It's boom bap. That's a boom bap joint. I love that song. But this shit needs that shit on it. It needs that spice. It needs that spice on it. 2026. You get the book and everything. 26. That shit was boom bap what they did, and I love it. But this shit, it needs to be spiced up a little bit. It needs to have that swing. It needs to have that swing. Yeah. I woke up this morning thinking about this beat. That's why I'm here right now. It's the first thing I did before I even get the day going. I woke up and thought about this shit. When I bought the record yesterday at the record show, I told myself, I was like, this is going to be big right here. This is big. Even go back, because I was recording live feed when I found this record. Go back and watch the footage when and look at my reaction on this album. No way. That was a huge reaction. I played it back when I got home. I might use that as an interlude to the beginning of this song. My reaction when I found this record, I was like, oh wow, yeah. And I told the dude I was trying to work a deal with him on it, but I knew then either even he wouldn't work a deal with me. I knew this was a big record. I was like, this. He could have sold this record for $40. I got it for $10. He could have easily. When making a beat becomes a spiritual thing, wow, nothing's better. It in a way it is. In a way it's spiritual. I mean, it's create. I don't know what to call it. It's a zone. But I know with this project in particular, I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm trying to do. Absolutely. I know the direction. I, I I don't. Yeah, I just know the direction. We on some boom bap shit, but it ain't boom bap. If it makes sense, we ain't clearing those samples. I'm not clearing those samples. I'm from the old school, man. I'm making this shit and putting this shit on some wax and keep it going. That's facts. I'm not about to fake educate people on here. Oh, you have to get this cleared. Man, this shit. If I try to clear this whole project, this if this was a budget, this would be over $1 million budget. Just sample clearances. No way. This is some artistry type shit. Press up small quantities and keep it pushing. It keeps that the music is good, and that puts value on the product. That puts a lot of value. Some good product and small quantities. I'm only doing like 500 copies, maybe like 1,000. That is very, very small runs. In 10 years from now, this shit is gonna be like a holy grail album. This shit is gonna be worth a lot of money. These are facts. Nah, wax isn't doesn't. I can. I mean, dude, you can get you 1,000 copies for about $2,000. You get you 1,000 copies done easy for like 1,500, 2,000 or something. I'm doing. We're doing. I'm doing the whole setup: tapes, CDs, vinyl, and flash drive. I'm doing the whole setup. The whole setup. No DSPs. Unless somebody upload the shit up to their YouTube, then that's different. You know what I mean? They load the shit up. But the only way you're gonna hear this music, you're gonna have to purchase it. You're gonna have to purchase it. This ain't gonna be a $40 or $50 album. And the price of it, I haven't even put the price on it, but definitely this is gonna be a high end vinyl. This is definitely going to be a high-end vinyl. This is not no 20, 30, $40 project right here. You're getting a double album. You're getting a double album with cover, liner notes, the whole shebang. So just the fact you guys are going to get one, the first pressing, and hey, I would suggest if you're gonna buy this project, you get one of the first 50. That's gonna be very important. These vinyls are gonna be numbered. They're gonna be numbered. This is how you put value on shit. Numbered. These things are gonna be numbered. I can even sign them and put even more on it. Of course, you're gonna see somebody sell this shit on eBay after and try to make some money off the price. That's what the hustle is. But I promise you, there'll be copies like on CD and cassette. You'll be able to buy that fruitfully. But vinyl pressings, maybe 1,000 copies of this shit, and that's gonna be fire. I can't wait. I can't wait for that shit. 1,000 copies. This shit waiting. It's just waiting. It's just waiting for me. This I can already hear this shit on the project. I haven't even made this beat yet, and it's waiting. That's facts. This shit is waiting. I've been waiting a long time for this. I've been waiting for this sample for a long time. And I could have cheated and snatched it from YouTube. I could have snatched it from YouTube or something. I did it right. I did it how it's supposed to be done. You go dig and find it. You dig. You dig. You go to record spots and I was patient and found this album. That's what I love about this vinyl shit. When you go and you grabbing shit from YouTube and all that other shit, there's no value there. There's no story. There's no worth. I waited a few years for this album. Facts. I already knew what the sample was. I already knew it. I already heard it on YouTube and everything. But I wanted to find the album. Find it. You know what I mean? I don't, man. I wish I had a super chat. I don't have it right now. I don't have it, man. I got a Cash App though if you want to run it, but I'm not tripping off of that. My super chat will be back. I appreciate the fact you just wanted to show some love. I appreciate that shit. You heard me? Just that part by itself. But Miss White Wolf and Miss Mitchell, I'm trying to tell you, every piece of vinyl that I've got, you guys saw it yesterday. That's how I do it. That's how I've been doing it for years. I feel like I like to find my albums. I don't buy albums off the internet. Like every album that I've got, they come from people's houses. They come from record shops, fucking coffee shops. I mean, anywhere that I've traveled to. These records come from all over the United States. Wherever I travel to, I always go to the local record shop and I snatch something. That's facts. I don't download music and I don't Amazon shit. I have my bucket list and my bucket list takes years. Takes years. Here's another album. This was on my bucket list. This was on my bucket list for like 20 years right here. This Compton's Most Wanted. The second one, this was on my bucket list since the 90s. And I look how long it took me to find it. Since the 90s. I've been wanting a copy of this shit. That's facts. And I just realized it's a sealed copy. I didn't even know it was a sealed copy. That's how crazy this is. A sealed copy of Compton's Most Wanted, the second album. Had no idea. X Clan. Very hard to find on vinyl. I was shocked when I found this shit last night. It's crazy. You talked about you talked about that and you still looking for one more copy. Let me tell you something. That shit. That's why I'm the type of person. If I understand how I move. If I want something or something needs to happen, one thing with me is all about patience. Shit goes down when I'm patient. You feel me? When I rush it and I just look for it and look for it, you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient and shit this happens. Just keeping it 1,000. Just keeping it 1,000. No wolf tickets. Patience is key, especially with this vinyl. Every piece of vinyl that I've gotten, like I think about it, and then I'm just patient, and I just that Bloods and Crips album that I got. No way I should have came up on that. There's this patience, and the story is there. The story. I can remember 90% where I got all my vinyls. There, every story for every piece of vinyl. I could be like, oh, I remember this day. I remember when I went here. I walked in here. I grabbed this shit. And I got this thing I haven't showed you guys. Every record shop that I've been to, I got a folder in my computer. Every record shop that I've touched in the last 20 years, I got a photo in that motherfucker. Every single record shop. If I go in that joint, I always take a photo in that joint. Whatever album I buy, if it's some big shit, there's a photo of it. That's facts. Some of my biggest finds. No way. I won't say how I do it. If I know I found some crazy shit, I'll tell the owner, be like, can you take a photo of this? Just take a picture of me real quick. And I'll go right there and I'll grab that shit. And I'll just point at this shit. I'll be just like this. That's facts. Philly, New York. I mean, not New York. Philly, Atlanta, all down south, Chicago. You know what I mean? Never made it to New York. I was trying to get there. But everything up and down the West Coast. No way. And people know me in the vinyl community. They, just like the rap community, just like the skateboard community, we also have our own vinyl community. And motherfuckers, they know what it is. And, I get a lot of love in the vinyl community. I get access. That's what I get access. Like to certain rooms. There's rooms that not everybody could get into. And these rooms got, that's where all the good shit is. No doubt. These record shops all over. They have their record shops, but I promise you, every record shop has a room in the back with the high end shit. With the real good shit. Not everybody could get into those rooms. Only real record buyers could get into those rooms in the back. That's a fact. They got good, all the stuff be good in the front, but to see the shit, like that record convention I went to, let me tell you something about that. That record convention, what that is, Miss Mitchell, that's where all the people that buy records for their record shops, people from the record shops, they go in there, they buy their shit from there, and they put it in their stores. Do you understand what I'm saying? That was some player shit going on up in there. Those were nothing but major players in there buying vinyl, trading. No, that's not no rinky dink shit right there. Yeah, that's where we go. That's where nothing but producers and all the mom and pop record shops, they go there and buy all they shit and resell it. I'm from India. We'll always be having these people from India on my feed. Y'all be on some weird shit. Let me get my charger. My phone about to shut off. Beats could tell a story. It's up to the producer to extract it. Yep. Everybody got their niche. And I just knew when I was doing this project that this was going to be a sampled based project. I knew that out the gate. I always wanted to do a full blown project that was nothing but samples. There's nothing but samples. Like that was the whole gimmick with this. I'm purposely doing it like the old days. purposely. Even down to not even updating my MPC, just using it in its original format. That's facts. I'm not using no stems and no effects and no way. This shit is all heart, patience, some blunts, and some vinyls. That's it. That's it. No computers. I just wanted to do something fun. It's only 7:40. That's cool. I'm about to leave in about an hour. I'm gonna leave, go push around. I need to let my phone charge for a minute though. That's why. And shout out to how many people in here? 10 people. Oh, shout out to that. I'm just trying to do it the old way. That's facts. I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people. They're trying to do something on YouTube, heading to work. Oh, you had to work today? Okay. What do you think about Joe Crocker as a singer? He's okay. It was the Dr. Dre sample. He was a soulful guy. He's okay. I got a couple of Joe Crocker albums. Well, you enjoy your day at work, Miss White Wolf. I thought you was off today. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know. I know Joe Crocker. Crocker. Not that Cocker bullshit you running. I know who Crocker is. You trying to be funny. Yeah, I gotta resample that. I gotta resample that. I gotta resample that. Do the whole thing over. That's gonna be some shit, y'all. That's gonna be some shit. That's about to be, man. 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 Every producer, I'm putting them on notice. Y'all on 48-hour notice when this shit drop. All the sample junkies, all the boom bap guys, y'all gonna have to respond with some great music and step it up. And step it up. Souls of Mischief only focused on this. They only focused on that. They didn't focus on this shit. They didn't focus on none of this. They didn't focus on this. That's why I gotta resample all that. I gotta redo all that. All that gotta get redone. It's gonna be worth it. Oh my goodness, you got. Nah, dude. They didn't even try to touch none of that shit. They just stuck to the 8 bars. That's it. To the 8 bar chop, which was cool. But you gotta use the other shit. That's what you call arrangement. You gotta use everything. And I just hear something else. I just hear something else from what they were doing. I hear something else. And there's a couple of other samples they used on that song too. And I'm gonna find those samples. Everything that they used on the original, I'm gonna find those samples, but I'm gonna use them, but I'm gonna do it my way. Like there's another sound in the original. It goes, and it's like a horn. I have that horn. I know what I'm talking about. That they sample other horns. They sample a bunch of shit and use them as stabs back in the day. That track was made on like a SP 1200. That track wasn't made on no MPC or nothing like that. It was on an older machine. Probably a SP or old Akai, something of that nature. See all that. Yeah, there's a lot of ways that could go. There's so many different breaks in here. Oh man. Oh man. That's all I can say. Man. Man. I gotta have that on my project. I gotta have that chop right there. Now we getting down to the knit and the grit. The knit and the grit. That's a fact. To the good shit. People slept on this man. This is a great artist from the 70s. There's somebody that just this fell in the wind. This disappeared. And he's responsible for so much rap shit. So much rap shit. It don't make no sense. Like Billy Coham, a gang of Compton's Most Wanted samples. Souls of Mischief. Gangstar. Badu. Dilla. Dilla unsampled a lot of shit off of that album. There's a couple of other Dilla samples on there, I think. I think Dilla did something over this sample also. But I haven't heard too many people touch this. I haven't heard too many people touch this sample in particular. And you know what? I'll tell you this much. This album, this sample right there, you know why so many people haven't touched it? It's not like it's a real hard album to find. It's getting it clear. They probably taxing. I'm pretty sure Billy Coham, the estate of them people, they're getting a nice chunk off of the Souls of Mischief right now. I'm trying to tell you, because that's a pretty big sample. That's pretty big. That's huge. And I see a lot of people use his other music, but that sample in particular, that's where I'm at with it. So it has to be a money thing with the estate. Yeah. I'm going to get a cease and desist on this album too. That's a for sure. They're going to come swinging. But I'm not tripping. There's no way I'll be able to get this shit cleared. No way. It'll be impossible to get the whole album cleared. No way. It just can't happen. So the worst thing that could happen, I get the cease and desist. Well, that's fine. It's all about the art. This is all about the art. And this is for educational purposes right here. That record crackling and all that shit. That's just the essence. That's just the man. That just puts that. That's when you sample from vinyl. That's what I'm saying. And you hear that record crackling and shit. That shit just puts that. That's that sauce. That's that seasoning. That's real seasoning. That's Obey at its finest. You know what I'm talking about? That's the when you sample from MP3 and shit, it's not there. It's the feeling is not there. What happened? Those Michael Jackson samples? No, there's when they were living, nobody could sample their music. Their music is being used now. Their music is Michael Jackson's music is being sampled. Prince's music is being sampled right now. That's a fact. Versus when they was living, you could not get those guys' music cleared for nothing. This is the thing. A lot of music can get cleared right now. It's all about money. Because a lot of these people, the artists, you got to think about this. These guys, man, I'm 50 years old. This guy, I don't even know if he's living anymore. You got to think about that. All these guys that I'm sampling their music and shit like that, 90% of these dudes aren't even around anymore. It's their estate. It's their estate that's in control of a lot of this music. So shit is getting cleared right now because it's all about money. But back in the day, when these guys were alive, they was not clearing shit. A lot of that shit that happened in the 90s was we were sampling, we was taking shit, and a lot of these people, they was finding out about their music later in the game that it was being used. Let me tell you something. Back in the good old days, they used to have people, their jobs. If I'm lying, I'm dying. They had jobs. Their jobs was to find samples. I knew people that got paid to listen to music. Just listen to music, find out who's sampling what, and send lawyers after different people. Do you understand where I'm coming at? Because it was so much shit being sampled, and nobody knew what was going on. So the only way these guys was getting their money back in the day, the only way these guys was getting their money, they had to send out people to go out and find their music. That's facts. I can't make this shit up. It was a lot of that going on. Did they go back to the artist or whatever? The artists get they lawyer up and then a whole investigation. That's how it was in the 90s. That's how a lot of people was the sample thing. That's why it got so crazy. That's the part they don't talk about. They don't talk about that shit. Like the dudes, the guys used to be around. They would just listen to music, and they'll be ratting people out. They'll be ratting people out, and that's how people. It could be one little break, anything. You better get all that shit cleared. Every single. No, they got that. They got that cleared with M2 May. That wasn't an issue. Let me. What's a good song that they didn't get cleared? I'm trying to think. Oh, when Master P, used that you remember when he used the Ice Cream Man? When he used the Ice Cream Man, that's Turn Off the Lights by the World Class Wrecking Crew. He didn't get that cleared. He didn't get that cleared. They came swinging. They came swinging. Back in those days. That's a good example right there. That is a real good metaphor. World class. I'm talking about, I ain't talking about Dr. Dre. I'm talking about Lonzo and those guys. They came swinging at Master P for Ice Cream Man. Because that's Turn Off the Lights. There was a bunch of shit like that happening back in the day. It's a bunch of shit. That's why if you look at the albums, that's why if you look at hip-hop albums back in the day, that's why I always keep telling y'all, on my shit, I'm going to put contain samples, whoop-de-whoop-whoop, and all this other whoop-whoop. You know what I'm talking about? Because on the old days, when you looked at the CD, it told you what samples it was. It told you what samples was on the songs, or if you guys interpolated something, it would say it on the back of the CD. That means you got the shit clear. De La Soul. They didn't get nothing. They didn't. No. They didn't get one song cleared. One song cleared. Do you hear what I'm trying to tell you? De La Soul first album. They didn't get something cleared. It was some white dudes from Europe or something like that. They couldn't get it cleared. They lost their publishing on that album. They lost their publishing on the first album because of one sample clearance. That's why for many years you guys couldn't hear the first De La Soul album on any streaming platforms. I think you can hear that shit on streaming platforms now. I think now you can hear it on platforms. But back a few years back, for many years, you could not get that album. Only way you could get it, you already, you'll have to own a copy from back in the day. I think they just got the publishing back or something. I read something about it that they just got the publishing back to the first album. And let me tell you something. That's funny we talking about that publishing. A lot of them rappers from back in the day, they're doing bad because of their publishing deal. They had shitty publishing deals. And you got to understand what's going on. Especially these dudes from the 90s. The Brand Nubians. The Wu-Tang Clans. Follow me. All those 93, 94, 95 groups. What's going on right now, it's been 30 years. And it's neither 30 or 35 years. There's a marker. There's a marker when a threshold for all artists, when, all these great albums and stuff like that. They have the opportunity to buy their publishing back, to buy all their masters back. That's why You look at all these older people, all these people like my age and shit like that. They talking about catalogs and shit like that because they don't own their shit right now. They're trying to get all their shit back because this is a window right here. This is a there's a thing in the contracts where they have the option to, you know, the opportunity to buy their masters back. But a lot of people aren't getting their masters back. Very few people. Even down to Anita Baker. Why you think Frankie Beverly and Mays, he had to perform all the way to the end? He was 80 years old. George Clinton, he's still performing and shit like that because the paperwork ain't right. They have to perform. $30 years. George Clinton fighting for his catalog right now. But as much as I love George Clinton, as much as I love Funkadelic, like as an older man, I realized George Clinton, he did a lot of bad business. Facts. Like his business tactics weren't really that great. You know, great music, classic catalog, but when it came down to the business, he wasn't 100 with it. And right now, you know, look at him. Anita Baker, she retired, but she's having problems getting her catalog back. Google this. These are facts. Anita Baker, she been trying to buy back her catalog. She's been trying to. This is a known fact. She's been trying to get her shit back. A lot of people are like that. Ashanti, she trying to buy back her catalog right now. That's why she don't fuck with Irv Gotti, because there's some catalog issues. But see, here's the thing. A lot of these people don't have the money, or they're not in a position, or they're not alive, you know, to buy their catalogs back. I heard that Angie Stone, I heard some shit about that shit ain't right. That shit ain't right. Her, you know, she was trying to buy back her catalog and shit. That music got a lot of people messed up on the back end. That's why, in a way, as much as I love music, you know, I thank God all the time that I didn't make it that far in the music industry. Sometimes God be doing you a favor. Like those people from back in the day, Lord knows what they had to go through. They had to for sure sign themselves over, their lives over, their catalogs over. And this has been going on way before the rap shit. That's facts. Think about all the other groups. The Stylistics, the Dramatics. You know what I mean? The paperwork wasn't right. You go further back than that. That's why they didn't like James Brown. They hated James Brown back in the day. You know why? Because James Brown had the paperwork. James Brown had his own airplanes. But we could go deeper than this. James Brown, besides owning music and all this other shit, James Brown, this motherfucker was so cold, he had his own motherfucking money. You heard me? James Brown had his own fucking currency, and he had a fast food soul food restaurant, a chain of them. I don't think y'all heard what I said. James Brown had his own fucking money. His own currency. Do you think Little Richard is the king of rock and roll? No. No. Ike Turner is. That's a fact. Shout out to Little Richard by Ike Turner. Ike Turner just got a bung deal. Ike Turner is another good example of bad paperwork. Ike Turner started this shit. No matter, no matter what, you can't change history. You can't change history no matter what. No matter what, how they don't like motherfuckers. They be trying to gatekeep motherfuckers, be trying to play with motherfuckers' names and shit. You can't change it. You can't change history. Ike Turner started this shit. That's facts. Well, Rocket 88. That's the first rock and roll song. Rock and roll R&B, or really rock and roll song. He started this shit. Ike Turner was around. Ike Turner was around before everybody. Hey, shout out to Saudi getting the coins. Getting the coins. Ike Turner was around before everybody. Ike Turner was putting people on. Just think about that. Only person that can even fall into like Ike Turner's like his maybe Little Richard. Ike Turner was before James Brown. He was before Elvis. Yep. This is the thing, regardless what people think of people and all this other shit, like you can't hate on their alcohols. That's facts. And see, and as you get older, let me tell you something. I realize what happened with Ike Turner. I totally get it. I totally get it. He got, that wasn't even a cancelization they did on him in the industry. Like that was some other shit they did. Because Ike Turner was a major player in this music industry at one point. That's why the man, I'm talking about accomplishments. Now, the Tina Turner part of the shit, you know, all that other shit. Only thing I can say about Tina's behalf, I heard that she was on the bullshit with him too, though. Like they was on some bullshit, that they was a piece of work together. You gotta remember this. We gotta remember this about Tina. They labeled her the queen of rock and roll. Just remember that. And people that lived the rock and roll lifestyle in the 70s, that was completely different. They was on some bullshit together. It's just that, yeah, she was built different. She was on some other shit. That's what I'm trying to tell motherfuckers. Thank you for saying that. That's exact. I was trying to say that, people feelings getting their feelings real easy these days. So I try to watch what I say. But you nailed it. beyond Bobby and Whitney, it was some other shit. Tina Turner was a piece of work. Fuck that movie. That movie and shit, they watered that shit down. They watered it down on her behalf and shit. I'm just keeping it 100. Just keeping it 1,000. Tina Turner was with the shenanigans. And Ike Turner, he had his own recording studios in Hollywood and shit like that. Ike Turner was really popping at one point, you guys. On the back end, he was really, really, really cracking. Really cracking. People don't like to hear that shit. I'm just spitting facts. I'm just spitting facts. Just spitting facts. It takes two to tango. Especially in the 70s. I believe Tina cleaned it up. I believe she cleaned her life up and all that good stuff. But don't act like she wasn't fucking with that coke back in the day. She wasn't moving and swinging at one point. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it a stack. Just keeping it a full stack. You're the queen of rock and roll. Yeah. You hanging out with Mick Jagger and shit like that. Mick Jagger, he was fucking everybody back in the day. Mick Jagger was fucking all the black chicks, and that's a fact. That's a fact. Mick Jagger, what? He was smashing all of them. I don't know why they liked Mick Jagger. But all the broads was fucking Mick Jagger. And Tina was right there hanging out with him. Aretha too, hanging out with Rick Jagger. On a freeway of love. What the fuck you talking about? But here's the cold part. Madonna's still out there. That's the cold part. Madonna needs to sit her ass down. Madonna needs to sit her motherfucking ass down. Madonna should have sat, man. Oh yeah. Because Mick Jagger was hanging out with B.B. King at all the cookouts. No, absolutely. Madonna, she's still outside. I still seeing Madonna at clubs and shit. She got a young boyfriend and shit. She don't look right. She just don't look right. She just don't look right. Madonna just needs to stop it. Madonna got to be about 70. She got to be about 70. That work. That work. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something one more time. Listen to this shit. These next senior citizens, this next batch of seniors are gonna be the most fucked up seniors we ever seen. These are facts. We got a batch of seniors that are about to roll in this motherfucker right after me, right after my generation. I'm not too sure about how we gonna turn out. I know I'm gonna be a cool senior, but these seniors behind me, oh, with all the plastic work done and everything, they gonna be fucked up. It's gonna be real fucked up. It's gonna be fucked up. I don't even know if they gonna be around. I don't even know if they gonna be around. That's facts. getting all this work done. Madonna look like shit. That's facts. Britney Spears done lost her motherfucking mind. Janet Jackson looking weird too. That's a motherfucking fact. I understand we get old. I understand you ain't supposed to stop the clock. You look right when you with the process. But you start looking weird when you start playing with time. That's facts. You can't play with time. You're supposed to appreciate it. If anything, when you appreciate time, you can slow it down a little bit. Miss Mitchell, there ain't gonna be no seniors though. There ain't gonna be no seniors. That's the cold part. It ain't gonna be no seniors. Ugh. Ain't gonna be none. None. Ain't gonna be none. No way. I just can't see that shit. I just can't. It's gonna be a fucked up batch. We got a fucked up batch coming in. That's facts. A fucked up batch of senior citizens. And then it's gonna be a huge age gap in society. That's coming. You nailed it. You nailed it. My generation is like the last batch of from 50 to like 40. We're the last batch that got to see the old ways. That actually saw the old ways. You know what I mean? Anything under 40 years old, you really don't know nothing. Like 30 years old, you're like my kid. You was born in the 90s. You was born in the 90s. You was born in the 90s, you really didn't see it. You have to be born in the 80s. 80s, 70s, things like that. Early 2000s. Nah, you didn't see nothing. You didn't see nothing. And life is about experience. And see, there's so much technology right now where the 30-year-old, the 20-year-old is very distracted. Don't know nothing about experience. That's facts. I seen some shit on the internet. Motherfucking this kid, he be playing video games with some other kid in another state for many, many years. And that was his best friend. They've been friends for 10 years. They didn't meet, they met for the first time at 18 years old. At 18 years old, they finally meet up somewhere and get together. Do you understand what I'm talking about? That's not experience. That's not how it's supposed to be. Now, I'm not talking about the young kids. I'm not talking about the young kids. Let me tell you something about these young kids. The babies right now. If you're born if you're born within the last 10 years, especially these little COVID babies. If you're like 5 years old at least, these kids are different. These kids are different. These kids are outside. These kids are not, they don't really give a fuck about these gadgets. These little kids are outside doing shit. These little kids are very active. Very active. They're not like in the past. They're different. Y'all pay attention to these babies. They're very talented. It's a lot of talent. It's a little kid. There's a kid. He be on Facebook making music. Making music. He's not even 10 years old, and he's laying down full tracks. Full tracks. Blew my mind. And vocals. And vocals. Another little chick that ride a little 4-year-old girl. 4 years old. Already hitting handrails on a skateboard. I'm gonna find those clips and show you guys that shit. I got so excited when I saw that. When I saw the little kid hit the handrail, little 4-year-old. When I saw that, man, I damn near wanted to cry. I was so excited. I couldn't believe what I saw. I was like, this little kid got some heart. Bro, don't care. We don't. Then why the fuck are you here then? I don't give a fuck about no video games. Why are you here? How you like them bag of apples? Why you ban him? Unban him. Unban him. Unban. Let this motherfucker talk. Ban his motherfucking ass. I get it, Miss White Wolf. No, let that ride. Video games. It's crazy work. Crazy. Ex-stalker. I'm 50. I ain't supposed to be talking about no goddamn video games. Only type of video games. And look though, I like video games, but I got more to say than fucking video games. And now, if I talk about some Atari or something like that, that's cool. But I'm not gonna do a whole fucking live feed talking about some goddamn GTA or something. Even though I like GTA, I play GTA. That's the greatest game ever made. But I ain't gonna sit here and talk about that shit all the time. Man, I'm old as dirt. I'm old as dirt. Pac-Man. All that shit. ColecoVision. Intellivision. And let me tell you something. I never had Intellivision. That was for like the elites. You was a step above everybody if you had Intellivision back in the day. I didn't have Intellivision. I had an Atari. I had the Atari. I had the games. I had Combat. I had fucking Knight Rider and fucking Demon Attack and Defender and Asteroids and Pitfall and shit. I'll see you later, man. Be cool. Be cool, Saudi.
I see, man. I don't know. My nose, man, sinuses this morning. Like I'm on that dope or something crazy. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Like I've been straight doing powder bags. Mm-mm. I yeah. It's my sinuses. That's all. That's all. That's my sinuses. That's all. Just my sinuses. It's early too. It's early. If somebody, oh, let me run a disclaimer. If someone called my phone and for some reason I lose the sound or whatever and you guys can't hear me, I'm just gonna restart the feed. I'm just gonna restart it and shit like that. If that happens, because I'm pretty sure my phone is gonna start ringing in a minute. If for some reason when it rings, the mic stopped working. Light skin, self knows red. Is that what it is? Who's light skinned it? I didn't know there was different. I'm you know I didn't know I didn't know I just thought I was just a melanated dude. I ain't light. I'm just melanated. I'm just a melanated dude. I ain't light though. Your face. What about my face, Miss Mitchell? The melanated face. I'm just smooth and gorgeous like a baby's bottom. That don't sound right in 2025, but I get what you're saying. I'm with you though. You know how they be flipping the shit. They be flipping shit. I need to get outside, go push around real quick. I need to push around. Hey, you have a great day. I'm glad I got to spend the morning with you, Miss White Wolf. Get your coins and be safe. Doing what you do. I'll be on later on today again. I'll be on later on again. This afternoon I'll be on. I really be trying to avoid staying on late though. I appreciate you, Miss White Wolf. I just want to say your streams helped me get through November, grief in November after I lost my uncle, couldn't sleep properly. I appreciate you, man. No doubt. I'm sorry that happened. I'm sorry that happened. Yeah, I gotta go push around for a minute. I gotta not smoke for a second. Cause I don't like to smoke when I'm high, when I'm skating. So I gotta wait about like 30 minutes. Let my high go down. Yeah, have a great day. For sure. I gotta go get a clip. You drop something before you go? What do you mean? Play a beat? Play a beat before I go? Did you hit the like button? It's only, dude, you didn't even hit the like button. It's been 11 likes forever. Why it ain't go up to 12 likes or 13 likes? Can I at least get a like? That's all I ask. You guys be asking for all these fucking requests, but can't show me no love. No love. I guess I'll play something. I was working on something, but I gotta resample it anyway, so I don't mind. I don't mind deleting the shit. I'm gonna play a beat for a second. I'm getting off because I gotta make a move. I need like about 3 hours. I need about 3-4 hours and I'll be back. This is gonna be fire though when I make it though. When I make this beat, this is gonna be fire. Yeah, that shit gonna be fire. That's gonna be the shit. That's gonna be the shit. I gotta resample it. I'll play a beat real quick. I'm getting up out of here. Yep, I just need I need about 3-4 hours. It's 8 o'clock. I'll be back by like 12, 1 o'clock. And I could do a nice session. Redo that, sample that thing right, and try to bang that out. Yeah. I want to sample that a little clear. I want to get a clearer sample take of it. Capture it better. But I got one for you, though. Courtesy from the Fat Man. Why do they do that?
That's that shit right there. That's that shit. I wanted to play this shit. I was trying to open this Compton's Most Wanted album because I wanted to play the sample. Not the sample, but I got the shit from the original people, but my idea of one sample I got the idea from Compton Most Wanted. But I can't open this thing because this thing is sealed. Completely sealed. That's crazy. I guess it's meant for me not to open. That's crazy. I can't even open it. Straight checking them. A seal copy. Crazy. I'm just tripping out. I'm holding it. That's crazy. That's wild. It's wild. Only one I need is music to drive by. I need music to drive by. And I'll have all the CMW albums. I'll have all of them. I for sure didn't think I was ever going to get that, though. Let me play this shit before I go. I'm about to split. I'm about to split right now.
Houses of energy release their original powers to the translators of the interplanetary bump. Now Moors wanna
Look, the black and the green with the key. Silly.
It was nearly 11 when I started to return. The night was unexpectedly dark. To me, walking out of the lighted passage of my cousin's.
Seeing Black Watch, the band.
Get stronger and stronger, my race is weaker and weaker. Maybe I can make a difference. Black band, red, black, and green are the colors of the flag on the rise. Cause the nation shouldn't guise. I'm ever flowing as I come to sons and daughters.
Exist in a state of vainglorious as we are protected by the red, the black, and the green. Heed the words of the brother. Sissy.
Letters to words, word to phrase to paragraph. Heed math as Jay begins class. Science surpasses now rolls straight to the verses. God to gods from gods to man. Many kings, many leaders, a fist from a hand. They call me militant. Now what does this mean? Do I carry a gun to make the army scene? With the cause I never pause, as simply as the brother. Raise the flag, wave the colors. Red, black, green with the key, the difference. Words make a way in the world in an instant. Living to die and I die to live again. 360 degrees. Comprehend, a man getting stronger till he's man no longer. Unearthly state makes the time seem shorter. The ever radiant awareness brought forth the one. Open eye, stroke sun. Practicing preach, standing by what I teach. So you all stand starving as I start to unleash. Words of love. Brought from the Genesis will exist till Armageddon is a witness. The originals built the earth. Why must there be aggression to learn a basic lesson? Quite majestic, stern within reality. A juggernaut when you tamper with mentality. I wear a crown, extension and dimension of a brain cell, bringing hell to the sellouts. The ever tangled web we weave, always trying to obtain, no attempt to achieve. Descendants of kings and queens act like jesters, never potential, quarter of the measure. Jealousy of water weed becomes tendency for their thievery. Alright, cool, but no need to pull a tool cause that's a fool. I get my words sliced in my stool to produce the words that they drool about. It's another way of taking out these sissies who may try to extinct my principality. But of course they're not having me madness. From beginning I'm the end, observe me. Ignorance is not a trend. So as I beckon for a few seconds, pull the reins and hear the words of the brother.
That shit. Cass forgot about X Clan. Like, this is. We talked about. I should have said this last night. This is right before gangster rap. This is where we was at This is exactly where we was at in hip hop prior to gangster rap. That is some good music right there. And it was talking that shit. And the man, why did nobody never talks about X Clan? Nobody. These dudes was just as big as like Public Enemy and shit like that. This is a great album. I bought this shit yesterday. I'm surprised I'm even holding this shit. That's crazy. Look at his cover. Look at his cover. That the cover. They got Harriet Tubman on this motherfucker. Martin Luther King, Emmett Till, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey. Harriet Tubman. Putting Harriet Tubman on a cover. But just think about that. Yeah. Just think about that's where hip hop was at. Like, X Clan was good. We was dancing to this shit at our high school dances and shit. No doubt. Doing the Running Man and shit and man, are you kidding me? Flat tops. Running plays. No way. No way. For sure. Be cool, Miss Mitchell. I'll see you soon. X Clan. Yep. I had one. I had one. I had one. The fucking African medallions. I had one. I ran that shit. Easy. Used to skate with one. Those were the days. That's 87, 88. 80, 87, 88. I came with the medallion. I came with the African medallion I bought from the swap meet. Because that's what time everybody was on. You had Arrested Development out. You know what I mean? It was we was playing football. I was skating. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But my circumstances, I was out in this world skating. But I remember going to the swap meet, copping me a medallion. Cats was wearing cross colors back in the day. That's facts. I I got a board for you. Yeah, try skating. Do I know? Do I know you, Money Grip? Do I know you in real life? Now I fall. Oh, well, you okay? You just somebody new. Now you saying that that you skated with me? I'm like, well, how do you fucking skated with me? Now you don't know me. You just meeting me right now. Yeah, that's what I thought. You must be from another country. Hon, how old are you, sir? How old are you? How old are you, sir? Shout out to Ohio. I'll be 51 next week. Little Money Grip. I'll be 51 next week. I'm an old head in the game. I'm an old head. And you know why I'm appreciating it? You know why I'm appreciating it? Because guess what? 10 years from now, I'm going to be 61. And do you see, so you gotta put yourself in that position. 10 years go by quick. You better enjoy this shit and don't be sitting around like, no way. I'm gonna be like, yep. I remember when I was 50, I was chilling. Just like right now at 60, I'm chilling. No way. Nice, awake, alert. No hangovers, no alcohol. I'm just keeping it 100. Little 420 in me, but about to go outside and push around for a little bit. Push around on the skateboard just for a little bit. Let the body break through real quick. Get a good session in. Yep. I'm about to leave in like 5 minutes, matter of fact. Knock this session out. The boards I got. Oh, I got you. Now I go through boards. I ride a lot of boards. That's crazy. Even as an old guy, as an old head like me, I go through a lot of skateboards. I'm always putting a new board together every other week. Like I just put this board together a few weeks ago. I'm already about to change up again. I'm already about to put a new one together. Yeah, yeah. I don't like the old boards. I like the new boards still. I love the popsicle shapes. I ride a 8.125. Sitting on aces and bones wheels. I keep it cracking. Swiss bearings. New Balance shoes. It's a fact. I'm ready today, though. Matter of fact, where's my shoes? Get my shoes right now. No way. Putting my kicks on right now. You know what I mean? Got the 440 joints. You keep them things hot. Hot. Got the 440 joints. That's my glass slipper. That's my glass slipper. Yeah, this a little session. Some people go to the gym. I just go skating. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And you know why I'm doing it? Another thing. Don't get all old. Don't put yourself in a position when you get old. Don't put yourself in a position be like, I should have did this. I should have did that. When I was this, I should have. Make sure that you do whatever you want to do while you can, or at least try that shit. If that shit don't motherfucking work, at least you tried it. That's facts. I would be bummed right now if I wasn't skating right now in my 50s. If I was if I would hate it if I would be on the sidelines. If I would have chose the other route. And I'm just on the sidelines, just watching everything go down. That would really suck right now. Like that would. No way. Make sure you do what the fuck you want to do. That's facts. I'll never forget that. When I turned 40, 41, somewhere around that area, I told myself, we about to run this clock. We about to run this clock. I actually got the first clip. I was just looking at it. The first day that I really got back on the board again. I actually got that on tape. It's a little eerie. Cause there was a transition. And one day I just really started skating again. Now I was in my 40s. Right, I just started skating again. You could do anything you want to do. It's up to you. That's facts. What? Trying to get the date. I mean, I know what date. I remember where I was. Everything. Shit is crazy. I wasn't skating. Drinking. Smoking. Hoeing. That shit. Well, y'all, I'm out of here. About to go push around. You guys have a great morning. I'll see you guys later on today. A few hours, perhaps. But I got to get outside before it gets super hot. What's going on, sir? Everything's good. Everything's good. Just about to go move around real quick. I am going to come back and chop that sample up. I already know my next sample I'm about to do. That's a fact. I'm just getting ready for the main event. I'm calling that the main event. Because I don't know how it's going to turn out, but yeah, I'm safe calling myself an OG because legends gatekeep. OGs tell the truth. I'm with that. Legends, they gatekeep to hold their position. You know, OGs, you know, they lay down the foundation. They tell the truth. OGs don't lie. That's a fact. The dudes that really laid it down first and paved the way, they don't lie. They just never get the opportunity to tell the truth. And nobody wants the truth. Nobody wants it. That's a fact. They never want to hear about the motherfuckers that started the shit. They just want to hear about the motherfuckers that did the shit. But they don't want to never hear about the guys that laid the bricks for anything. That's in music, film, even skateboarding. It's always the ones after. So, and this is why we go back to Ike Turner again. It's facts. Legends and OGs. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. I don't like people to call me a legend. I always correct people out in real time. I'll be like, no disrespect, but I'll be like, but that's a little. You're insulting me. You're insulting me when you call me a legend. That's facts. Cause most people that are considered legends, and that's they didn't. It was not organically. This look at all your celebrities. This everybody, rappers, film, sports, all those people, their positions. It wasn't organically. It was always some shit on the back end that got them there. Before Jay-Z, it was Jazzo. You understand what I'm saying? Legends and OGs. That's a good example right there. That's a good example. That's like, man, that's the Jay-Z and Jazzo thing. No way. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of legends, especially in skateboarding. There's a lot of legends. And I always tell people that. I'll be like, man, yep, you're a legend. You're a legend. You're a legend. Yep. I always shout out to all you legends. There's very few dudes that can call that can even wave that flag, that OG flag, and don't debate it. No way. That's fine cloth. Legends will lie to hold their position. Divide and conquer to hold their position. And OGs are they're just truth tellers, and the truth just hurts. Just like Michael Jackson. Y'all ain't gonna like this before I go. And we're gonna get back to this. That Thriller album, and I'm a little disappointed to report this. I'm gonna get the receipts and let you guys see it and hear it for yourself. Michael Jackson stole that shit. He stole Thriller. I'm sorry to say it. Michael Jackson stole the Thriller concept album. He stole the cover, everything from another dude. I forgot what the dude's name was, but I'm gonna get the receipt again. Because I thought it was some fake shit on some AI shit. So I YouTube the guy's name, and this guy had a whole album. It was some guy, he came out with an album a couple weeks before Thriller. Had the same type of songs that was on Thriller. The album was really good. Sounded just like Michael Jackson and everything. But it wasn't Michael Jackson. It was some other guy. I forgot what his name was. You guys, please forgive me, but I'm trying to tell y'all the truth. This shit is crazy. When I saw it, I was like, ain't no way. We're talking Michael Jackson right here. But Michael Jackson stole his style from somebody. That Thriller concept, he took that from somebody. Now, I will get back to you guys with a name and some receipts real soon. Real soon. But I just saw that. It should be on my tablet somewhere. And I YouTubed it. I YouTubed it, and I just can't remember his name, but the guy had a whole album. He had a whole album back in the 80s. And so I Googled the guy, and the story is that the guy came out with an album maybe a couple weeks or a couple months before Thriller. And the guy has a documentary coming out right now. You got to think about this. This is very possible. This is very possible. Michael Jackson had that type of money back in the day to do some real legend shit. This goes back to legends and OGs. To do some real legend shit. Like, I'm going to take your whole shit. I'm going to take your ideas. I'm going to take your whole concept and everything. And then I'm going to gatekeep you. I'm going to blackball you. And nobody's going to believe you. That's facts. That's what I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened. But I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Michael, yeah, I think he was, because he was stealing shit. Michael was out here doing a bunch of shit. Like, cats be getting the shit fucked up. I fuck with Michael, but Michael was on that bullshit. He was on that bullshit. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Michael was on that. He was on that time, on that type of time. In the early days, when he was running around with bubbles and shit like that. You hear that? Police. Man, Michael was on that type of time. Michael was definitely on that type of time. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Like I said, when he was hanging out with Bubbles. Michael used to have that motherfucking monkey with him everywhere. Everywhere. Until the motherfucking monkey bit somebody. Y'all know about that? Bubbles bit somebody. That's why he got rid of motherfucking Bubbles. I think Bubbles still alive too. I did a follow up on Bubbles. I think she's still alive. They came at Michael because he had that catalog. Michael wasn't on no weird shit like that. Michael was doing a bunch of boss shit. And they just put him out there like that. He had chicks. He had chicks. Don't get it twisted. Michael was even hanging out with the Crips. That's facts. Michael was moving. He was moving around in LA back in the day. And that's legend. That's legend shit right there. I heard about that shit. They said Michael used to be all in the hood back in the day. And I believe that. The Silvers, they from Watts. Michael got a bad name because he bought that catalog. The whole Sony catalog. You know how much money that we're talking? Yeah. No, he had all that karma doing bad business. But they came at him and they threw all the smut and everything. All that shit is over that catalog. That's what that shit is over. They did Michael dirty. They did him dirty towards the end. They did him dirty. They did Whitney dirty too. They did Whitney really dirty. That's crazy. Crazy part about Whitney, when she died, they continued to have a party in her honor. That's crazy. That sounds dark right there. When Whitney died, they had a whole party in her honor right after. That's some other shit. Y'all don't hear me though. Let me get up out of here. I'll see you guys in a little bit. It's about to be 9:20. Let me go push around. It's time. You guys have a great morning. Yeah, and after I do this, I'll be back. Yep, it's time to go. It's time to go. Just need that good push. That's all I need right now. That good hour, and I'm ready. I'm good. Just get that good hour, 2 hour session in. I'm out. Be easy.